Hey guys and gals, how you doing? This is the Big Dog, Benny Henderson Jr., and I'm coming at you from the BigDogPodcastShow.com. Hey, I'm the host, the Big Dog. We're also, dude, when I do shows sober, it just comes out extremely wrong. I screw up so much. But anyways, man, this is the podcast show, the Big Dog Podcast Show. I'm Benny Henderson from East Texas, and man, I'm on the line right now with Eric Davidson. He is the lead vocalist of a really phenomenal band called Dead Horse Trauma. Eric, man, what's up, my brother?
Oh, not much. Just hanging out.
Yeah,
That's the time at home.
that's nothing wrong with that. Now, listen, I have just recently found out about you guys. I do apologize, but I enjoy the music and I really like it. But there's a couple questions I have to ask before we even get into it. Where in the hell did y'all come up with this name, Dead Horse Trauma? That is like really, it's cool, but it's like obscure. It's just something that I've never really would thought of.
Well, I'm glad you asked. It's dead horsing is kind of a term that's used when somebody's passed out at a party, and then somebody takes advantage of her. It's called being dead horsed or dead horsing. Dead horse trauma is kind of how we as a society are taken advantage of in our collective unconsciousness. So it's like, how media, politics, religion, all those things lull people to sleep while they're being taken advantage of.
Yeah, and I see that because I'm here on y'all's Facebook page, and I read the biography, and it says Dead Horse Trauma is a 5-headed war machine dedicated to infecting the masses with procedures and tactics used by our world to feed us the lies we are spoon-fed since before we can crawl. It's the exposure of the perversity and falsities, I can't even talk, we are subliminally directed by. It's your wake-up call or the means to your end. Man, go into detail with that, man. That's pretty deep.
We just try to, get people to look at things a little bit deeper, expose, lies where we can see them, and, get people to question things.
Yeah, and I was listening to, some of the music, and there's a song entitled Left Unsaid. Now, the video is really cool, Can you kind of go into that, man? Because it seems like it has a message, and it's talking about the girls dying inside or something. Kind of talk about that song, man.
Left Unsaid is one of our new singles. We're kind of pushing it out to identify with, being a bystander and almost the victim's perspective, which usually is friends and family of somebody suffering from addiction. So it's kind of how, like the tape and everything signifies, them being bound down, by the end of the video. She's, you should, if you haven't seen the video, you should check it out. But it's kind of like, the tape represents how somebody can get intertwined in their own, mind.
I was talking about this yesterday with a guy when I was interviewing this other guy for a band, and I've asked a question a lot, but we talk about social media and how it's affected the music business, but even more so how social media has affected people as individuals. It's like we're connected to our iPhones, to our iPads, or to Facebook, to all this, and do you think it's kind of dumbed us down a bit because we seem like a society that is kind of evolving backwards at times instead of forward?
Oh, definitely. I was just having a conversation myself with somebody about that. Basically, people like your kids, from 10 to 13 years old have cell phones. It's when we were growing up as kids. Our generation, we'd look and see if bicycles were outside. See if somebody was there. We wouldn't be so connected, at all times. Sometimes you send a text to somebody, and you're like, man, why haven't they texted me back? It's only been 5 minutes. People have an expectation of people that you're going to be right there responding to them. You can't leave somebody alone for a couple of days and then send a message back. It gets misinterpreted, because of people's expectations of the way we're all connected. Yeah, I think social media, everything, is right there in front of you. As it affects the music industry, back to your question, I think that it's really kind of evolved things to just like we as a species have evolved.
You know, I'm 41 years old, and I can remember years ago walking out the door and not worried about a cell phone, driving from one side of Texas to the other side of Texas, you know, from East Texas to West Texas without a cell phone as a 17-year-old or 18-year-old. And now I'm 41, it's like, oh shit, I forgot my goddamn cell phone, got to run back inside. You know, it's like people are... You know, it's like we're scared. It's like we're just... And I guess the media... You know, you're talking about the media. They do play a lot of scare tactics, man. And I want to, no, I guess we've been pretty much serious this conversation so far. But what about Trump and Hillary, man? Isn't that some shit? I mean, this is like the weirdest damn political party. This is just the weirdest thing I've ever seen thus far since I've seen. You know, I'm not that much into politics, but it's just a lot of. It's like a circus.
Oh yeah, I think it always has, and I think it's at a pinnacle right now, where it's just like a slap in the face to everybody. Like, this is how dumb society is right now. You know, we're gonna have a pay-per-view, you know, voting system. I don't know. I've lost faith in it, in the system. You know, I don't want to tell people not to vote. You know, anything. I think that you should definitely, you know, if you have the ability, definitely go out and vote. You know, but me personally, I try not to, you know, get involved in. You know, I don't want it to be looked at what I think, you know, and people to think of themselves. But, you know, as far as I'm concerned, it's, you know, a little bit tainted.
Yeah, no joke. It's crazy. Excuse me. Now, you guys have a new album coming out. Can you talk about that, I guess, in February, you said, I believe?
Yeah, well, our target's February 1st. We're hoping to have it hit nationally. We actually recorded that at Crisis Lab Studios. We put everything aside, trapped ourselves in there for an entire month. We literally, you know, went there, checked in. You know, we ate, slept. You know, just we were there 24 hours a day for a month and worked on music. And it was the first time we've actually ever done that. And it was all about the music at that point. So we really got to come out with something that I feel represents Dead Horse Trauma as, you know, what we've always wanted it to be. Kind of our new debut album.
Now, as far as the fans go, how do you feel this will perceived? I mean, is it going to be anything different from what you guys usually do, or is it pretty much basically the same? Which is not, when I say basically the same, I'm not meaning nothing bad. You know, the music's good, but is there anything different that we could expect, or is it going to be just more or less just rolling on what you guys have been doing?
Oh man, no, this is kind of the way. Back a long time ago, you know, we released a 5 full-length album. This is going to be our 6th one. Our 4 full-length albums. This is going to be our 5th full-length, but we also have an EP out. So, you know, we're no stranger to putting out, you know, music and keep pumping it out. So by doing that, we kind of have, you know, got accustomed to the way we were doing things, and we almost became like a song factory, you know, where we could just pump out music. And, you know, when you do that kind of thing, it's all about, you know, copy-pasting stuff and, you know, kind of putting out, you know, the end product that we were going for. But, you know, it loses a bit of feeling, you know. And so on this album, you know, we talked about our processes and everything with Rick, who's an amazing producer. Like, the dude knows so much about music. You know, he taught us quite a bit. And he showed us, like, what we're losing by not doing that. He's like, you're not properly, you know, farming your music. You know, you're not properly getting the feeling that you generally would by playing it live. You know, we always kind of wrote music and put it first, learned how to play it. You know, because we thought of it as, you know, we're writing stuff even out of our ability. We don't even know how to play this stuff yet. So, like, we're not hindered by what we're able to do. You know, so we just learn how to do it. And then we would go for it and play it live. And then we already had, you know, finished product. This time we had to learn every single song before we could record it. And so it changed the way we did things significantly. And so we ended up coming out with a product that was just, you know, something like we haven't done before, ever. So it really put things into focus for us. We learned a lot about music and a lot about the way music is made. So it's kind of like a pinnacle in us as a band. So we're really proud to put this guy out.
Now you mentioned playing live, you know, making this new album and all that. Now, what about a live show, period? Let's say if I'm a fan and the billboard says Dead Horse Trauma. I'm like, I never heard of it before. Why should I buy a ticket and come to the show?
We guarantee that you have a good time. That's what we're all about. We sell a good time. Everything about us is, putting a light where, you should be able to go out and have a good time. So, we get a hold of people, online. We're real personable with our fans. We're available. We're not the kind of people that hang out in the bus. We don't do any of that stuff. We're there to hang out with everybody. Every show is kind of like a VIP experience. You get your good time. If we see anybody not having a good time, we'll buy you a drink or something. It's just all about something you'll remember.
I'm going to come to y'all's show and Tyler and just sit there and look like I'm sulking, so y'all just buy me beer all night long. What? Let me. You just said something that if you see someone not have a good time, you'll say something. I have to, or you'll buy me beer. I have to. This is kind of old news, but it's kind of good of a topic because on social media and iPhones and stuff. Because I've seen here recently in the past Corey Taylor slapping the iPhone out of a fan's hand. What Dave Mustaine was talking shit to a fan. I mean, what are your thoughts on that, man? I mean, they're like, well, don't you shouldn't be texting while we're playing. I mean, would you be if you seen someone texting? Would you just automatically get offended? Do you think some of these guys are just hardcore arrogant assholes?
No way. I mean, we played with people, that are, we played with big bands and stuff, and like I've caught myself in the situation where like, oh man, these guys are awesome. I'm gonna go live with this, or I'm gonna take a picture and I'm gonna put it up on our social media. People have to enjoy this with me, that kind of thing. Or if I see somebody else live, they're like, check out Seb, like our guitarist's feed. Something like that. And if you look up, it might look like I'm texting somebody, but I'm actually promoting the band.
Exactly.
That kind of thing. I want people to understand that. If there's I always believe that you should let people have a good time in the way that they want to have a good time. Like, I hate that guy in the mosh pit that, like, grabs this guy. He's enjoying the show. He's standing to his side, He's not completely, like, slam dancing all over the place. He's just enjoying himself, having a good time. That guy that slam dancing himself and runs over and grabs his head, like, no, you have to headbang like this. That kind of thing. Like, I hate seeing that kind of thing. Like, let people have a good time.
Oh, yeah, excuse me. Yep, no. And I thought about that because I know I've went to a few shows and it's been a while, but, I would text my wife like, oh, you should have come. It was a great, or text my son or, hey, where are you at? Because we're and I don't know. And it's funny talking about because you're right. I mean, want to take a picture and capture this moment, but I just kind of wondered about that because some people say, oh, they shouldn't do it or this or that, but I'm kind of like you, man. I mean, hey, you bought a ticket. That's good enough. I mean, I'm going to do my best to make you happy. I mean, it's up to you if you want to slam, dance or if you want to just sit there. I mean, some people enjoy things the way they want to enjoy it. Me personally, I don't jump up and down and scream. I just basically, I look like I'm probably bored, but I'm really not. I'm enjoying the music. So I guess it's to each their own.
Same guy.
Yeah, to each their own.
I'm usually up there talking to people, but I do like, when I go out and see a show, usually I'm absorbing everything. I'm watching what the guitarist is doing. I'm watching what, how it sounds. Sometimes I'll stand by the soundboard, listen to what the sound guy's hearing, that kind of thing. And, like, I enjoy shows that way.
What 3 albums you feel that you cannot live without?
Oh, man.
Duran Duran, Boy George, The Culture Club. No.
Well, probably Antichrist Superstar, Marilyn Manson. That's such a good album.
It really is.
Probably White Pony, Deftones.
Deftones, yeah. My son is like the biggest Deftone fan. He's 19 now, but he come in months ago, and there was something on his wrist. I'm like, what happened? Oh, I got a Deftones tattoo. I'm like, okay, what if they break up? But that's loyalty, I guess, man. I don't know, but yeah, Deftones, definitely. Me, I got to tell it. My go-to is always Prince, Purple Rain. I'm sorry, that was a tremendous album, man. Love that. Love that dude. But if there's any message you could, and I do thank you for your time. If there's any, I didn't get no. You didn't say shit when I said Prince. You just kind of like, oh, who am I on the phone with? But if you could send a message out to the fans, what would you like to say in closing of this interview?
Oh man, just thank you for everything you've done. We're going on a new tour, and we appreciate it if you help us out and tell your friends about it. DHTtour.com, we have a new music video. That video for Left Unsaid up there. I mean, check that out and all of our tour dates.
And that was Eric Davidson from the band Dead Horse Trauma. Be sure to check them out, man. And we appreciate you guys for tuning in. TheBigDogPodcastShow.com. Until then, God bless, be safe, be good, and remember, keep your metal loud and your rock hard. I'm the Big Dog, and I am out.